Tonight is the night the two men who could become the next leader of the country will appear on the same stage to face each other for the first time. The American people will get their first look at a side-by-side comparison of President Obama and Mitt Romney. Joining us from Washington, D.C. for a preview of tonight's debate, Leigh Ann Caldwell, political reporter for CBSNews.com. Leigh Ann, good morning to you.
Good morning, Terrell.
President Obama hasn't debated in quite a while. Mitt Romney has debated about 20 times during that stretch of the primaries. Many of us thought that would never end. Is this an advantage for Mitt Romney going into tonight?
Well, there's always an advantage for a president going into tonight's debate, and that's because he's had the past 4 years for people to get to know who he is. The stakes are pretty high for Mitt Romney. Both candidates are playing down expectations, saying that the other candidate's going to do better than they are. But really, for Mitt Romney, the stakes are much higher. He's coming in from behind. A lot of people still don't know who Mitt Romney is because the president has done such a successful job of defining Mitt Romney before Mitt Romney has been able to define himself. And so President Obama definitely has the advantage coming into tonight.
How much of what Mitt Romney is studying right now, of course he's looking over the president's record over the last 4 years. He's taking a look at that. What is the president going to do to respond to attacks that come from Romney on his record?
Well, the president has a very kind of tough challenge for him. The president can come off aloof. He can come off kind of as a jerk sometimes, especially for people that he doesn't totally adapt to or like very much. And so the president is going to have to stick to his talking points. He's going to have to stick to his record. But he's also going to have to talk about what he's going to do in the next 4 years. People are saying that he needs to lay out his vision, which he says he has done in recent campaign appearances. But a lot of people want to talk about how is he going to work with the Republican Congress, which could very well be a divided government after the next elections like he has now. How is he going to get things done despite possible stalemates? And that's what a lot of people are wanting to hear, and that's what he's going to have to answer to tonight. The
president leading in many major polls and many of those key swing states, also leading just slightly nationally, although that's within the polls' margin of error. When we're talking about the president and how he moves forward, if he makes a mistake in the debate tonight or throughout this debate season here, does that cost him? Can it cost him?
Well, it depends on what the mistake really is. If the mistake is messing up the name of a country or messing up the name of a world leader after being in office for 4 years, that's pretty monumental. But remember, there's not very many undecided voters in this election, and they're talking to a very small number of voters in these battleground states specifically. And so it depends on the magnitude of the mistake. But I think that the onus is really on Mitt Romney to come out strong, to come out definitive, and to come out able to better define himself. Like I said before, people associate him with Bain Capital. They associate him with the 47% comments. And this is his opportunity to say what he would do and that he would really help people in the next 4 years.
So what is the Romney strategy for this debate, Leigh Ann? What does he have to do at the end of the night?
Well, the Romney campaign says that they are going to contrast Mitt Romney to President Obama. And they're going to do that by asking, how has your life been in the last 4 years? They also say that they're going to frame this debate as a choice election between the two candidates. Now, that's a good plan, and that's what a lot of people have been wanting Mitt Romney to do. But it's taken a long time. This is the third or fourth time he's recalibrated his message. And this is, again, where they say that this is the first time he's going to be speaking directly to the American people. He had that opportunity at the conventions, but it didn't go over so well, especially with the release of his comments where he said 47% of Americans are dependent on the government and are victims and don't pay federal income taxes. And so he says that this is going to be a major opportunity for him, and it is an opportunity for him, and he has to come out really strong tonight.
The domestic issues along with government and the role of government will be discussed tonight. Pretty big umbrella topics. Anything in particular that we expect to hear? Any specific questions?
Well, I expect to hear a question about immigration. Mitt Romney came out this week and changed his position on the president's recent executive order allowing undocumented youth to stay in the country. Mitt Romney originally said that he was wavering. He wouldn't answer what he said before, and now he says that that's something he supports. So I expect that to be a question to ask him to clarify. I'm also very interested in hearing how Mitt Romney talks about health care. He's also wavered on that as well. He's really hit Obama for the health care bill. He says he's going to repeal it, but yet also on the other side of the debate, he says that he promotes his Massachusetts plan that he passed, which Obamacare was modeled after. And so I'm interested to hear about about health care and also some other things. We're going to hear about taxes, we're going to hear about the deficit, and we're going to hear about jobs, because really those are the three most important issues to voters, and both candidates are going to have to specify and clarify their plans, how they're going to pay for their tax cuts, how Mitt Romney is going to pay for his tax cuts, how President Obama is going to pay for all of his programs that he wants to implement. And those are going to be some of the top issues that come up repeatedly.
I think you said it, the key word there, specifics. We'll have to see how specific they get tonight. Leigh Ann Caldwell, political reporter for CBSNews.com. Leigh Ann, thank you so much.
Thank you, Terrell.